Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Filmspiration, inspiration for anyone through the lens of a filmmaker. Let's jump right into business. First off, I'd like to thank our very newest, most recent subscribers. You know who you are. Thank you so much for jumping aboard our teeny tiny little channel, but it's growing because of you. Thank you so much for jumping aboard. And also to my patrons out there on Patreon. Don't know what Patreon is? I've got a link for you in the description below. Check it out. Let's jump to the first order of business. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Yes, I finally saw it yesterday, Sunday, this weekend, and overall, it was great. It was amazing. I read a lot of great articles with regards to the story, and the story was great, but I guess I was expecting something more intense, from what I heard on the articles, in all honesty. But nevertheless, it's not like the story was crap. The story was far from it. The story was really amazing. Here's what I liked. Despite this being a long-running story that started with Episode 4, A New Hope, they still figured out a way to pull another compelling story out of the Star Wars universe. Now, technically, in relation to Episode 4, this could be called a prequel, but it is and it isn't. It is because it does happen before Episode 4, but it isn't because obviously we were already given Episodes 1, 2, and 3 in the late 90s and early 2000s. So that said, what this is a story that comes from a totally other angle. Synopsis of the story, I'm going to give it away a little bit without giving away any secrets. Basically in Episode 4, the first Star Wars film, which was A New Hope in 1977, Princess Leia's got plans that were delivered to her with regards to how the Death Star is being built and its weaknesses. And this film still basically managed to show us this whole other storyline of how that came to be. So it's basically the story of how those plans got to Princess Leia. I do have to compliment the writers. They pulled out of their hat an amazing little story that seemed to still be compelling, very gripping, very interesting. What was more interesting, and I think had to be more interesting, is the journey to there. I like The Force Awakens a lot, but that one, again, as we all know, that one was heavily modeled off of the first film in 1977 with all the similarities. I think this film definitely took more risks with a story that stood on its own. It didn't really rely too much on working off of a template from other stories. But one thing I thought that was neat was that it still took a lot of details from the other stories and incorporated it into this one. And yes, we even saw the return of Darth Vader, one of the ultimate screen villains. I thought that was really cool, the way he was presented. He played a really interesting role, in all honesty. I wish I could have seen more of him, but I understand that he was not the central focus in this storyline. Overall, I like the film. Alright everyone, there you have it. Go check out Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I greatly recommend it. You'll like it, I think. Now, don't forget to check out more behind the scenes content as well as our short films with the annotations right here next to my head. And also, if you'd like to know what Patreon is, we'll have a link for you in the description below. Now, you guys don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, or if you want to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, please do so. All of that information will be in the links below. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Thursday. Have an awesome week.